What's going on, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. Now, before we jump into today's video, man, you should know what you should have been did. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You want to know why? Because we trying to save the world. We trying to save as many people as we possibly can. So make sure you hit that post notification bell so you don't get that post nut clarity, my guys. Now listen, today is a beautiful day. I claim it right now. It is currently 36 degrees in New York right now, and it is crazy, right? This weather, I came outside this morning and my legs were shivering, fam. So, this weather, drop where you live down below. I want to see where you guys are from. Also, make sure you guys are checking out the links in my description box. Everything you need will be down there. My email address, my social medias, all my sponsorships are down below in my description box. So, as you guys seen by the video, I already know this video is going to be a banger. I claim it right now in Jesus' name. But, listen, guys, before I jump into this video, I just want to say, right, because I know there's always going to be people in my comment section talking about, oh, that's not godly of you. Oh, why were you doing that? Why did you let that happen? Listen, guys, listen. I just want to say it before anybody calls me out on it. In no way, shape, or form was my intentions to entertain this lady that I'm about to speak on. In no way, shape, or form did I see myself having fornication with this woman. In no way, shape, or form was any fornication, was any sin going to occur. So let's get that out the way. So for all the guys that's going to probably bash me, I already got it out the way. It is what it is at this point, right? So as you can see by the title, my guys, listen, older women will validate you more. And I hope you guys liking the new setup. You know what I'm saying? It's more convenient because my tripod kept falling every time. You know what I'm saying? If you're an OG, you already know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But I hope you guys are liking this setup. It helps me to speak more better when I'm trying to tell these messages. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this new setup. So, drop a like if you're liking the new setup, by the way. And I just want to say, guys, older women will validate you more on SR. And this is a real thing. I don't know. I've made numerous videos on older women in the past. If you haven't seen those videos, make sure you go check it out. But listen, guys, older women will validate you more on your journey. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But I said this in one of my previous videos that younger women are not as bold as older women for some reason. And I'm not going to say all younger women are like that, but a majority of younger women are not as bold as older women. And that's just a fact. That's something I've noticed. Because this quick story time I'm about to tell you guys is about to prove that. I've had multiple situations where older women has flirted with me. And it's like, I don't know why they feel so comfortable flirting with me. I know I'm an attractive guy or whatever. I know I look good, but now let me stop. But older women are always going to be drawn to us. And I believe it's really a spiritual thing at the end of the day. I believe it's a spiritual thing at the end of the day. Because if you're attracting older women all of a sudden, and I want to say, like, for me personally, this might sound crazy, but ever since I was younger, this might sound like some PEDO type stuff, but ever since I was younger, I've always had like older women attracted to me for some reason. I don't know what it is. It was always a feeling inside of me. Even when I was in the 3rd grade, I always felt like my 3rd grade teacher. Shout out to her. I'll never forget her. But I always felt like she chose me out of all the rest of the kids. I don't know what it was, but like I felt a connection between me and my 3rd grade teacher, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Cromer, man. If she watching this video, man, shout out to her. She's a real one. But yeah, ever since I was younger, I've always felt this way, or I've always felt like older women had eyes for me for some reason. And as I got older, it's the more I proved myself right. So listen, y'all. Older women are gonna be more bolder now when they see a young man, when they see a man taking his life seriously, when they see a mature man on his grind. Older women will validate you more. Older women are going to have eyes for you more. And as sad as it is, even women who are in marriages, even women who are in full-blown relationships are still going to have eyes for you. And this is why I said what I said in the intro of the video, that I don't want anybody to think that I was trying to flirt back with this lady. I don't want anybody to say, oh, Javaughn, that is not God-like, that is not Christ-like, because in no way, shape, or form was that my intentions to flirt back and do all of that stuff. So listen, man, quick story time. I was at work and, I was at the register. And this older lady and her husband, I was ringing them up. And, well, I wasn't ringing them up. Somebody next to me, one of my coworkers, was ringing them up. And I just so happened to be on the next register over. So, and this already started from like earlier, because before I got to the register, I was at the door greeting. And I seen when she and her husband came in. I remember saying, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the store. Stuff like that. And I remember saying this, and I remember the lady, once I said that, she stopped. She stopped and she started looking around. And I know she was stealing glances at me. I didn't have to look at her to know that she was stealing glances at me. Sometimes, guys, this is why I say it's always good to listen to that conviction. When something is on your heart, sometimes it's good to listen to that. When you gain that nudging feeling that someone don't like you, when someone likes you, when someone is looking at you, 9 times out of 10, those feelings are right. I've learned that those feelings are right. And to prove my point, when I got to the register, the lady, she kept stealing glances at me. I was looking at her from the corner of my eye because I felt like there was some type of mutual like connection going on, like a spiritual bonding going on. And this is, I guess, what guys call the unspoken riz or whatever. But I noticed this spiritual bonding between me and this lady, and I didn't even say anything to her. I didn't introduce myself. I didn't have to talk to her. I just felt it on a spiritual level. This is why I say spirits are real, guys. Like, this is real. This is real stuff. Spirits are very real. So I noticed this lady, she was stealing glances at me. And then y'all would not believe what this lady said. This lady gonna come out her mouth and say, you know who you look like? She said, do you know who you look like? And I was like, who? And then she said, I look like The Weeknd. She started singing this song. And I was like, wait, that's The Weeknd she talking about. And I was like, no way. And so something happened to where my coworker, me and him had to switch customers. So the lady and her husband got switched to me. So I ended up ringing her and her husband up, right? And then she kept saying how I look like The Weeknd, and her husband, mind you guys, her husband is standing right next to us. Her husband is standing right next to her, and she's telling me I look like The Weeknd. And then her husband goes, but do you have money like The Weeknd though? And I ain't gonna lie, that humbled me right there. And that goes to show you, like, Listen, do not be flirting with nobody's wife. If someone has a girlfriend, do not flirt with someone's girlfriend. The Bible tells us to not covet our neighbor's wife. Do not covet our neighbor's possessions. Right? So don't be doing none of that. Don't be doing none of that stuff. So when I'm telling y'all this story, don't think that I was trying to covet his wife. You know what I'm saying? Because she came on to me. I was just accepting the compliment. And then, but listen, y'all. After that happened, after her husband said what he said, I just laughed it off because I ain't gonna lie, it kind of humbled me a little bit. And I like that it humbled me because it shows me that, you know, the guy felt some type of way about his wife kind of flirting with me, you know? And I understand that because what man would want his wife to be blatantly flirting with a younger guy right in front of his face? You know what I'm saying? That to me, that's blatant disrespect. So her husband, he didn't say anything wrong by saying, do you have money like The Weeknd though? Because I don't. Let's be real, I don't. So that right there humbled me. God showed me in that moment, it's clear as day that this lady is flirting with you. Just accept the compliment and just keep it pushing, right? Don't do no extra stuff. Like the old Javaughn would have probably dragged it on and entertained it. Mind you guys, this lady, she looked very, like, she wasn't like elderly old, but she looked like she was getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like she had wrinkles, stuff like that, but she had on makeup. If y'all know what I'm finna say, she looked like one of those, like, I don't know if YouTube gonna strike me for saying this. I don't know if this goes against community guidelines, but she looked like a cougar, y'all. So whatever you can formulate in your mind, that is what she looked like. And then after her husband said what he said, you know, time passed and then he walked off. He walked off, I guess, to go look at something else. And then, mind you, now when the husband walked off, now it's just me and her one-on-one. So I guess she felt more comfortable now that it was just me and her right there. So this lady goes, I really thought you looked like The Weeknd. And then she was like, you're very handsome, by the way. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, you know, I appreciate that. And then as we're wrapping things up, this lady said, guys, man, this lady goes, I think you're very handsome. Don't tell my man. And I'm like, yo, she is tripping. She is tripping, y'all. See, as women like that, it reminds me of in the Bible with Potiphar's wife when she was trying to cling on to Joseph and Joseph had to flee. It reminded me of a situation like that, right? And I didn't want to entertain this lady. I didn't want to make it seem like I was trying to flirt back. I just said thank you and kept it pushing, right? Because I understood that, you know, God is watching me. And even if I did entertain it all the way, I would have felt that conviction in my spirit. So I didn't want to do anything I would have regret doing. So, you know, she said what she said. And then what kind of hit me the most is when she said, don't tell my man. And then at the ending, she winked. She winked at me, y'all. This lady done winked at me. So I know she was blatantly flirting, right? She probably, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, man. She was trying to tempt your boy. But, you know, I stayed strong. I just kept remembering what the Bible kept saying. And this is why it's so good to read the word for yourself. This is why when you read the word and you start noticing things in real life, you can always go back to the Bible. And a lot of the things that's in the Bible applies to real life situations. A lot of the things like Potiphar and Joseph, for example, that was an exact situation that I was in, right? Like literally imagine if, let's say I don't know, let's say these two couples had a lot of money, right? And I was a gardener. I'm not even going to say that. I don't want any thoughts to get in y'all mind, but, but listen, guys, the moral of this story is that do not covet another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how bad she is. I don't care how thrilling I don't care how thrilling the experience might seem. I don't care how fun the flirting back and forth, the little chemistry. I don't care how good that might seem in the moment. Trust me, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. Right? You're gonna regret it. So don't do anything that you know you're gonna regret later on. Don't. So listen, man, older women are going to find you attractive. Older women are gonna compliment you. And that's a fact. I've had multiple older women do these things to me. Multiple. And this is not me trying to boast about it. This is just my experience. And I'm just coming on this camera to share my experience. And I just want to show you guys that it's not every woman who throws herself at you. You should just catch it. You know what I'm saying? You should just go out and not think about your future or think about her husband. You know what I'm saying? Always keep these things into account, because I'm sure you wouldn't want another man to sleep with your wife, right? I'm sure you wouldn't want another man to be flirting with your wife. So don't do what you wouldn't want to be done to you to another person. I'm going to drop that Bible verse right here. I believe it's in Romans 12. I recommend all of y'all to read Romans 12 if you haven't already. But listen, guys, take what I'm saying. Take heed to what I'm saying, because when these older women come, I know a lot of you guys who haven't experienced older women attraction or just attraction coming from older women. I know a lot of y'all will let it go to your heads. So listen, man, always run like Joseph. Always avoid it, right? It's okay to accept a compliment. I didn't say anything was wrong with accepting a compliment. If someone says you're handsome, if someone calls you attractive, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't accept the compliment. You know what I'm saying? Because why not? Someone compliments you, the right thing to do is say thank you, but don't blatantly flirt with another man's wife. Please don't do that, guys. I don't want none of you guys to be showing up missing on my channel. I don't want to be watching the news and then you hear the life of Javaughn supporter is now in the grave. Because listen, y'all, we can't afford none of that. So it's best we leave these older women alone and just embrace the compliment. Embrace the compliment, accept the compliment, and just move on with your life. But I just wanted to tell you guys this quick story time, because that was crazy right there. That was crazy. That was crazy, y'all. So do what Joseph did in the Bible and flee temptation, because a lot of the times lust can lead us into doing some crazy stuff, right? I'm sure the older Javaughn, or I'm sure plenty of you guys watching this video right now, the older you would have wanted to sleep with that man's wife. You know, and I'm not just coming at y'all. The older me would have most definitely wanted to sleep with that man's wife. But that's not the type of time that I'm on right now on my life journey. Especially now that I have Christ as my head, I'm not on none of that. So listen, guys, I just wanted to give you guys this quick story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, make sure to drop a like down below. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions, man. I want to hear what you guys got to say. Share this video with a friend, because they most definitely, trust me, they most definitely will need it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll catch you in the next one. And I'm out.